Right now, Wisconsin Republicans are in La Crosse sorting out their plans for the next election season.
President Biden toured the scene of the I-95 highway collapse in Philadelphia. I'm Cristian Benavides with what he had to say.
And a sport that dates back to the Renaissance was brought back to life outside La Crosse this afternoon. That's all coming up at 10. Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Armand Rahman. To start things off, let's head outside for your first warm forecast with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. A lovely day outside today.
Yeah, very nice, especially right now. You know, these are right around my kind of temperatures. We're seeing current temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s for a lot of locations, 64 specifically in Madison. But earlier we did see temperatures get up into the 80s. As a whole, though, it wasn't too bad. A high of just 81 in Madison, very close to the average high that we normally see for this time of year. Now, to the west of Madison, we did see temperatures get up into the mid 80s, but to the east of Madison, temperatures were only in the upper 70s. If we zoom further out, high temperatures across a lot of the Midwest, fairly comfortable. It definitely got a bit warmer further south, upper 80s in Kansas City and Springfield, but 70s across a lot of the Great Lakes. Looking at the current radar, pretty clear across Wisconsin, but we are seeing some showers and some storms across Iowa. Now, that rain will move into our area overnight, but the heaviest will dissipate before it gets into our area. But there is another chance of rain later in your Father's Day. I'll have more details on the forecast coming up later in the show.
Jacob, thank you. Well, after suffering 2 losing elections, Wisconsin Republicans met in La Crosse this weekend to chart a course ahead for the next year. With the next presidential election, what will that look like for Republicans? Political reporter Will Keneally is in La Crosse with more.
So like you said, this is going to be a little bit of a rebuilding year for Republicans as they look to make gains in next year's presidential election. And we heard from them throughout the day. Top of mind, President Joe Biden and Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin.
I hear all these questions about, oh, isn't Tammy Baldwin strong because she's a very strong incumbent and all that sort of things.
That's what we heard a lot of at the state Democratic convention last weekend. Tammy Baldwin will be a formidable opponent for whichever Republican decides to run against her. But State Party Chair Brian Schimming is not deterred.
For people who think they're long-term strong incumbents, ask where U.S. Senator Russ Feingold is lately.
Former Democratic Senator Feingold lost his seat to now 3-term Senator Ron Johnson, who's looking for Republican company in Washington.
There's no rush right now. I mean, you know, I didn't even decide to run the first time till May of 2010, so we have plenty of time here. These elections are way too long, so I'm certainly not panicking.
There have been a handful of names floated as a Republican challenger, including Minocqua Congressman Tom Tiffany.
You know, certainly considering it at this point, I would expect in probably the next month and a half we'll make a decision in regards to whether to do it or not.
Whoever faces Baldwin will share the ballot next year with President Biden and whichever Republican candidate faces him for president. Many of the declared candidates sent video messages to the convention in La Crosse, including former President Donald Trump.
1 year from now, Republicans will gather in Wisconsin for the 2024 Republican National Convention. I love that idea, and I love that state.
So according to a WISCPolitics.com straw poll of convention goers, Trump is by far the favorite of Wisconsin Republicans to rematch Biden next fall. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is in second, about 18 points behind. Reporting from La Crosse, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And the same straw poll shows Northwoods Congressman Tom Tiffany as the most favored candidate to challenge Senator Tammy Baldwin. Behind him, former Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark. And the Dane County Sheriff's Office is investigating a home invasion they said occurred early this morning in the town of Middleton. Officers were called to a home in the 3800 block of Silver Bell Road just after 5:15 a.m. after the homeowners woke up to find someone in their garage. Police said that someone entered the garage using a garage door opener that was left in a vehicle in the driveway. Police said the suspects tried to enter the home but were prevented from doing so by the homeowner. A purse and a set of keys were taken. The Wisconsin Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigation is investigating after they say a Vernon County Sheriff's deputies shot and killed a person during a traffic stop. Deputies were doing a welfare check in Genoa yesterday around 6 p.m. Officials say a person drove away from the traffic stop with a deputy hanging on the side of the vehicle. A deputy fired their gun and hit the person, who was pronounced dead at the scene. To learn more about the investigation, head to our website, channel3000.com. And Fitchburg police are investigating after gunshots were reported last night. Officers in the area of Williamsburg Way and South Whitney Way reported hearing 2 shots around 11:50. A search of the area uncovered multiple shell casings in the 5600 block of Williamsburg Way, where multiple vehicles were driving at the same time of the incident. Anyone with any information is urged to contact Fitchburg Police at 608-270-4300 or Madison Area Crime Stoppers at 608-266-6014. Well, Monday is Juneteenth in Madison, but the celebrations have already begun. Braden Ross has that story.
It's just love. It feels like home.
For Madison's Black community, today is a celebration.
I love that it's a holiday that brings us all together for one common goal. That's to celebrate Black freedom, Black excellence, Black everything.
Monday is Juneteenth, a staple holiday marking the day the last slaves in Texas found out they were free.
People come out for this celebration, multiple generations. I got 3 generations here myself, and you see how fabulous I look?
I've been coming to Juneteenth for 50 years.
Annie Weatherby Flowers is the founder of Madison's Juneteenth celebration.
We started, and we maybe we had 500 people or so, and a $1,000 budget.
Today, the event is a little bigger.
This right here is called the old school area. We about to get cracking.
Filling Penn Park with community organizations, performances, and of course, good food.
You should come to Juneteenth and leave learning something that you didn't know prior.
For Weatherby Flowers, it all comes down to one thing.
See, like those are my grandbabies. To see them know that this is important, that they're on the main stage, that they're singing the national anthem, because that's the kind of way that you create legacy.
She says she's proud to have created something to be enjoyed by generations to come.
Facebook doesn't create legacy, it creates trends, but things that kids can remember and made them feel special are the things that last.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
And Vietnam veterans from Wisconsin were honored in Washington, D.C. this weekend by the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund. The 43 Wisconsin veterans are among the over 500 Vietnam veterans nationwide who were inducted into the fund's memory program. During a ceremony today, the program allows families and friends to memorialize service members who returned home and later died.
The Vietnam War was unpopular at home, yet nearly 3 million Americans served in Vietnam when called to serve their country. They served for lots of reasons. Could be a legal requirement because they were drafted, a sense of duty to their country, or even so that others didn't have to serve.
It has been over 50 years since American troops first set foot in Vietnam. Well, President Biden took an aerial tour this morning of the collapsed section of I-95 in Philadelphia. It comes as he holds his first major campaign event since launching his re-election bid. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavides reports.
From the air, President Biden toured the section of Interstate 95 that collapsed in Philadelphia last Sunday. The president, along with Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro and Senator John Fetterman, gave an update on the reconstruction efforts.
We will have I-95 reopen within the next 2 weeks.
The collapse happened after a tanker truck carrying 8,500 gallons of gasoline burst into flames. The truck caught fire under the interstate, causing part of the roadway to give way. At Saturday's briefing, the president said the federal government will pay for the repairs.
Over 150,000 vehicles travel on it every day, including 14,000 trucks. It's critical.
Following Mr. Biden's briefing on the collapsed highway, the president held a campaign rally at the Philadelphia Convention Center hosted by union members. It marks his first major event since launching his 2024 re-election campaign.
There are a lot of politicians in this country who can't say the word union. As you know, I'm not one of them. I told you when I ran for president, I'd have your back, and I have. But you've had my back as well.
Candidates on the GOP side were out this weekend as well, including Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who was out on the stump in Nevada. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley attended her husband's deployment ceremony to Africa. Now here's a fun opportunity to get some fresh air in over this Father's Day weekend, all while supporting a great cause. The Cottage Grove Volunteer Fire Department is hosted their 92nd annual Firemen's Festival in the fittingly named Firemen's Park this weekend. The festival includes carnival games and rides, food, beer tents, live music, and much more. Proceeds from the event go towards purchasing life-saving equipment for the fire department. Firemen from that department come out to staff the event so it can raise funds and help save taxpayers money.
And everybody comes down, and some people are doing food like Braden over here. We've got people in the beer tents, walking around, keeping an eye on things. So, you know, we volunteer our time to put out fires, and we volunteer our time to come out here and put this on as well.
And they've got free live music until midnight tonight, and we'll kick off their last day of festivities with a pancake breakfast from 7:30 to 11:30 tomorrow morning. To find the full schedule, visit their Facebook page at facebook.com/CG Festival. Well, a sport that dates back to the Renaissance was brought back to life in La Crosse, Wisconsin today. Irish Fest Lacrosse hosted its Irish Road Bowling Tournament, where competitors throw a lead ball down a course of country roads. 18 two-person teams came together at the tournament, and the bowl is an iron and steel cannonball, much like a shot put.
The theory is that the Irish actually stole cannonballs from the British Army, and they didn't want to carry them back to their camp, so they just rolled them down the road instead. And so it's kind of like golf, where we team up and the lowest score wins.
The annual road bowling tournament usually kicks off the Irish Fest season, but it's not quite here yet. This year, the 19th annual Irish Fest will be held the second weekend of August in La Crosse. Well, today marks the 13th World Naked Bike Ride in Madison and internationally. And don't worry, of course, we have blurred the footage. Madison's ride, like others around the world, is called by organizers a joyous celebration of freedom from and rejection of oil dependency and in support of body positivity. Folks pedaled around the Capitol Square during the farmers market this afternoon, strutting their stuff. It's a perfect day to get out the single gear and flash your rear. Well, non-traditional employment is on the rise. When we come back, we'll tell you why the need for a work-life balance is changing the workforce. And then at 10, a tornado wreaked havoc on the Texas Panhandle. Hundreds of homes were damaged or destroyed. We'll take you there when we return.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. 8-ounce New York strips, just $6.99. Whole beef briskets, just $3.88 a pound. And Smithfield bacon, only $2.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2023. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Dancing, Craftsman, and Design for Best Home Repair. Dream, renovate, create. Visit us online to start planning your remodel, addition, or new build with the best today.
We're here today to set the record straight about Dupuytren's contracture. Surgery is not your only treatment option. People may think their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. Value packs of Hy-Vee chicken breasts, just $2.99 a pound. Pork loin back ribs, just $2.98 a pound. And fresh Berlasso Atlantic salmon fillets, only $9.98 a pound. This Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now is taking action, reaching out to our community to lend a helping hand.
Taking action by teaming with our neighbors and local leaders to help make this amazing community we share a better place to live.
Taking action for South Central Wisconsin. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The American workplace is changing. The pandemic, great resignation, and corporate layoffs have many job seekers interested in a non-traditional form of employment. CBS's Danya Bacchus explains why independent professionals are increasing in the workforce.
When Danny Owens was laid off from his job this year, he immediately started looking for a new one and decided against traditional employment.
I'm freelancing for a couple different projects and/or brands, nothing full-time.
The creative producer is a part of a growing trend in the workforce referred to as independent professionals. A newly released Freelance Economic Impact Report shows there's an estimated 6.7 million independent professionals or freelancers in the U.S.
We're seeing a lot more demand for a different kind of work-life balance.
Siobhan Alders is with Fiverr, a job placement site for freelancers that is behind the research.
We're seeing a lot of people looking for more flexibility in the work that they're doing and more control. Being their own boss is important to them.
According to Fiverr, freelancers earned an estimated $286 billion in 2022, a nearly 10% increase from 2021. 80% of those surveyed say having multiple sources of income provides a greater security than relying on a single employer. And 34% looking for full-time work want to keep a side hustle, even if they find a full-time role.
You get to kind of step in, do the project, finish it, and then leave, which can be like really great.
For now, Owens enjoys being able to pick and choose his jobs and isn't sure he wants to return to a 9-to-5 job. Danya Bacchus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The report also reveals women see a clear advantage to freelancing for a number of reasons, including working from home and avoiding the possibility of a toxic work environment. And a heat wave across the South could bring more severe weather this weekend after deadly tornadoes touched down in both Florida and Texas. From the air, the tornado's path is a clear line of destruction. The small community of Perryton, Texas, ripped apart by a confirmed tornado. The storm left hundreds of buildings in rubble, tearing down Main Street and destroying at least 200 homes.
We could see like the actual tornado just right there beside our house, and it didn't actually get our house, it got the house over. And yeah, we barely beat it in time.
The local hospital treated more than 100 people with injuries, and at least 3 deaths have been reported, including an 11-year-old boy. Texas Governor Greg Abbott deployed state emergency resources to help, but residents said they were combing through debris themselves, searching for survivors. Meanwhile, back home, let's get a look at your first warm forecast with Jacob Montesano. A calm day here.
Yeah, very comfortable today, but on top of the severe weather, the southern portion of the United States have also been dealing with very hot temperatures. Highs today were in the mid-90s, even triple digits further south and west. And on top of the actual temperatures being in the mid-90s, the humidity values are very high, so the heat index well over 100 degrees, and this is going to only get worse for places to the south. Now, our area is expected to get hot, but not that hot. We will see highs near 90 by the end of next week. But for your Father's Day, it's going to be warm, but not too bad. Highs will be in the 80s once again. We are going to remain pretty dry, especially through much of next week, with a small chance of some showers for your Father's Day. Now, right now, the rain we're expected to see tomorrow is in Iowa. Now, it will move into our area, but the heaviest will dissipate before it enters Wisconsin. Here's a look at Futurecast. We could see some showers, maybe some storms to the southwest of Wisconsin, from Platteville, Prairie du Chien up north to La Crosse, but a lot of the heavy rain will dissipate before it gets into Wisconsin, but some showers and storms are still possible. Now, throughout the afternoon, we are going to remain relatively dry with some light rain possible, but then more showers, maybe some storms will move back into our area from the south a little bit later towards the evening hours, but similar to the rain out west, this rain will dissipate, at least the heaviest will dissipate before it gets into Dane County, but some showers, maybe an isolated storm will still be possible for your Sunday evening. Definitely don't cancel any outdoor plans because much of the day will remain dry. We're going to be very dry for Monday, maybe a light shower to the south of Madison, but otherwise very dry. And then we're going to continue to be sunny for your Tuesday as well. So not a ton of chances of rainfall, and even the rain we are going to see is not going to amount to much, with at most a quarter of an inch, maybe up to a half inch if we do get a few thunderstorms popping. Now for temperatures, lows tonight will be in the mid-50s. Could see places, especially off to the west, stay in the 60s. And for tomorrow, it will be pretty similar to today with upper 70s and lower 80s in the forecast. The greatest chance for rain will be to the west of Dane County. For your Monday, it's going to continue to warm up with highs in the upper 80s, and this will continue for the most part next week, with 90s possible by the end of the week. Now, it is possible we get to 90 as early as Monday, but the greatest chance for those 90s will be Friday and Saturday. And as far as rainfall goes, we really aren't going to see much after Father's Day until the end of the week, where we could start to see some rain Saturday night with a greater chance of rain during the day Sunday and Monday. So unfortunately, the drought monitor is only going to get worse with this forecast. And as far as summer goes, it is going to start Wednesday, and it's going to feel like it for sure. Upper 80s for all of next week. But as I mentioned at the beginning of this segment, it got to the mid-90s further south. So we have to be a little bit thankful that we do live in Madison. It definitely can get to 100, but the humidity is not nearly as bad as it is along the Gulf. So we should be a little bit thankful, even though it's going to be warm.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Jacob. And still to come, 2 local girls soccer teams competed for state titles today. See how they did next in sports with Andrew.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Pick and Save, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
When you download the Pick and Save app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Pick and Save app Pick and save. Fresh for everyone.
Oregon girls soccer entered today's state title game riding a 2-year unbeaten streak. I mean, I lose my phone every 5 minutes, but lately losing hasn't been in the Panthers' vocabulary. In a rematch of last year's state title game, round 2 between the Panthers and the Whitefish Bay Blue Dukes, scoreless after 40 minutes, and Aubrey Kaya went to work. The senior captain breaks free and sends a snipe into the back of the net to give Oregon a 1-0 lead. But Whitefish Bay would get the equalizer 4 minutes later, and then with 15 minutes left in the game, this shot is deflected, and somehow that is how we find a state champion. Tough finish for the Panthers, who finished runner-up in Division II. Twice in Edgewood girls soccer history, they've been crowned state champions. This year, they seem destined for a third, finishing the season atop the D3 rankings, looking for their first state title since 2011. The Crusaders just have to get past Plymouth in the Division III final. After a scoreless half, the Panthers make a run. Haley Batzner flips it to Melina Knowles, who finds the back of the net to give Plymouth a 1-0 lead. And then not even 2 minutes later, it's Sarah Welsh from the free kick about 40 yards out, and another goal for Plymouth. Edgewood finishes runner-up in D3, 2-1 the final score. Chimere Dike held his second annual youth football camp at his alma mater today at Waukesha North. Alongside Tanner Mordecai, C.J. Williams, and other Badgers like Braylon Allen, they developed the next crop of Badgers and did it for a good cause. When he was 16, one of DK's best friends, Kai Lermer, died suddenly from an undiagnosed heart condition. The camp works to raise awareness about EKGs and raise money for the Kai Lermer Memorial Fund, all while 3rd through 10th graders share the gridiron with their heroes.
The kids were able to get out there, have some good fun, and learn a couple things from my teammates and myself. And I think my teammates enjoyed it almost as much as the kids, so if not more. So it was awesome, great day. It's exactly what I wanted.
It's a great thing that Chim's doing, giving back to his community. We had a great time working with the kids. It looked like the kids had fun. I hope they learned something, got something out of it, because we did.
And Luke Fickell added a future Badger today when Gideon Ituka, a 3-star running back from Gaithersburg, Maryland, committed to Wisconsin. The 78th ranked running back in the country is Bucky's 15th 2024 commit. And it was Mullet Day at AmFam Field, and the man with the best mullet in baseball celebrated with a party in front and in the back. Joey Weimer put Milwaukee on top with a 2-run blast in the 3rd, and then in the 5th, Rowdy Tellez hits a 2-bagger with 2 men on. That would double the Crew's lead. They'd hang on to win 5-0 the final. To the duck pond, and someone called 911 because this man's about to rob a home run. Jake Holcroft jumps off the fence and brings that one back into the ballpark. It would be the difference maker. Mallards win this one 3-1.
What a home run there. And have you ever tried that road bowling, Irish road bowling?
I was watching that. I can't say I have, but it certainly caught my interest.
There we go. That and rolled naked bike ride is things we got to do here in Madison, Andrew.
Interesting sports today in Madison. No question about that.
Definitely. Thanks, Andrew. We'll be right back.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
This changes everything.
So does a AAA membership.
Family members only.
When you're a AAA member, you are family. You get roadside rescue plus thousands of discounts, all for about $1 a week.
You're the best. You're the best.
Become a AAA member and expect something more.
No more suffering from chronic nagging joint pain. The hope for relief is here at QC Kinetics. No surgery or steroids.
Nothing beats giving people their quality of life back. And that's what we do here at QC Kinetics, every day.
Regenerative treatments provide long-term results by addressing the root cause of pain, right in the office. Call for your complimentary consultation today. QC Kinetics. Finally, hope for relief.
At Papa Murphy's, we do more than just pizza. We do calzones.
Papa Murphy's does calzones?
Oh, I think you mean I do the calzones.
And how do you do it, Dad?
How do I do it? How do I do it?
Oh, well, we do it with fresh ingredients and hand-shredded cheese tucked in a scratch-made dough.
That's how, honey.
At Papa Murphy's, we make great pizza.
Hey, don't forget the calzones.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get a $5,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Stanley Steamer loves Madison, Wisconsin. I'm Paul Lashik, local owner of Stanley Steamer here in Madison. We've been proudly cleaning your homes and businesses for over 30 years and will continue to keep your carpet, upholstery, area rugs, hard floors, and air ducts clean for many more. We strive to provide the best quality in both the services we provide and the equipment we use. That's why you've trusted us to keep Madison and southwestern Wisconsin homes cleaner, healthier, and more beautiful place to live. Call and book a cleaning today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner. This changes everything.
So does a AAA membership.
Family members only.
When you're a AAA member, you are family. You get roadside rescue plus thousands of discounts, all for about $1 a week.
You're the best. You're the best.
Become a AAA member and expect something more.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
These epic offers won't last forever.
Mallards Baseball, Friday night. Come for the game, stay for the fireworks.
Hot day outside. You guys got Father's Day, not plans, but, you know, ideas?
I don't have anything specifically tomorrow, but I am going to a White Sox game in Chicago on Monday with my dad and the rest of my family. So that's the closest I have.
That's very cool.
I'll certainly give my dad a call. I just saw him a couple weeks ago, but not anything particular. How about you?
I'll go there on Monday as well. Probably get a meal with my dad and my mom, and yeah.
It's awesome. We'll all be here tomorrow, though. It's true.
But we got to get through a hot week to do it, though.
Yeah, but tomorrow's not going to be too bad. We'll see highs in the lower 80s. It's actually a bit warm for my liking, but the rest of the week is not going to be too pleasant if you don't like the heat like myself. But we'll see highs in the upper 80s, lower 90s by the end of the week with a small chance of storms tomorrow, but not enough to cancel any plans. Greater chance of storms next weekend.
There we go. Enjoy the hot weather. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Have a good night, everybody.